The 2026 budget is taking shape, and committee members got an update on the all-in mile-high financial outlook. Here's what happened this week on The Gavel, your weekly Denver City Council wrap-up. Denver is looking at the financial numbers for next year. On Tuesday, the Finance Committee heard about the city's budget outlook for 2026. The city needs to make up for a projected $200 million budget shortfall. Denver gets 2/3 of its revenue from sales tax, so the Finance Department looks at things like population, foot traffic, special events, tourism, and the labor market for their projections. It's estimated the city will see about $928 million come in from the sales tax in 2026. If projections hold true, Denver will expect to see a total of around $913 million in sales tax for 2025 as a whole. At the end of the last fiscal year, $36 million was returned to the general fund. However, this year, only about $5 million will be returned to the general fund.
We maximized this strategy in 2025, and so really don't have it to go back to as a strategy in the 2026 proposed budget. In the 2026 proposed budget, what you're seeing are a lot more expenditure reductions that are intended to be structural changes to how the city does business.
City officials also want to rebuild the reserve fund back up to 15% of the city's total budget. The reserve fund is used for short-term solutions or emergencies. Funds can be used differently depending on how much is left. To get the reserves up to 15%, the city could see money from FEMA reimbursement, new capital investments, and from looking at ways to keep agencies from overspending. Committee members also received a look at the financials behind the city's homelessness support efforts. This includes an update on how much the city has invested in total since 2023. In 2023, the city used $15 million in federal funds and about $1 million in recurring costs. In 2024, Denver was able to use $73 million in federal funds paired with $46 million in city funds. There were no federal funds in 2025, and Denver had spent about $22 million in recurring costs so far. As of this year, Denver had the lowest number of unsheltered people among major cities and saw a 26% decrease in deaths since the program was started.
We have reduced large encampments by 98% citywide, and so not just in the downtown core, but across the entire city, large encampments have been reduced 98% since the start of this initiative.
The public defender is continuing its work in Denver. On Wednesday, the Health Committee got an update on how it helps the community. All of the clients it provides legal support to are living below the poverty line, and 80% or more have trauma, substance abuse, or mental health conditions. The public defender is in court 7 days a week and represents about 12,000 people per year on municipal violations like trespassing, shoplifting, or assault. But they also work with people outside of court to help get them out of the cycle of incarceration. Their work connects their clients to community resources, mental health support, and works with partners to coordinate care.
We are a holistic, client-centered, community-oriented approach to criminal defense. We are in the community every single day. People know who we are. We meet with people. We go to organizations to explain what our processes are. If people have warrants, how do we clear them? We want to make it as accessible as possible.
The office also worked with 320 youths in a 6-month time span with a disproportionate amount of Black and Hispanic kids. 43% of the cases are resolved on their arraignment date. You can find them in the community at events offering free services or warrant clearing in places like Civic Center Park or libraries. Check the website to find out where to find them and how you can help. You can find links to City Council meetings, schedules, agendas, events, and news at denvergov.org/citycouncil. Denver City Council meets every Monday at 3:30 at the City and County Building Council Chambers, or tune in live on Denver 8 or Zoom. Be sure to follow us on X, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for Denver news, events, and information.